What's up, everyone? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys the Christmas Day games here for NBA. We got 5 games. Also, we got this crazy Julius Randle prop here at a half a point. He only needs one to hit that prop. You can only throw up to 25 bucks on it, but you could throw that in a 4-leg, a 5-leg flex. It doesn't matter, but only 25 max. But still an awesome deal. My recommendation is probably throw it in a power play, just 2 people, and you can get a nice stack going there. There is going to be one for LeBron James tomorrow. That's our cover boy on this video. He's going to be at half a point too, so throw that in. If you're watching this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much for tuning in on this video. Let's win some cash on these NBA games. We got some exciting games. Some people are starting to get a little bit healthier. Some teams are starting to get healthier, so let's go on the slate. Also, we do offer a Patreon. Reyes is going to tell you about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a great time to join with NFL and NBA still kicking almost every single day. And you can find it at Patreon and Upstate Bets and DFS or www.patreon.com/upstate.
Yeah, the link will also be in the description. You can click on that, or bring you right there. If you haven't signed up for PrizePicks yet, you can sign up using promo code Upstate. That's just Upstate, all one word, doesn't matter, uppercase, lowercase. Plug that in when you sign up. If you deposit 25 bucks, you get 25 back to play with, or you can put in 100. That's the top. You can put it in. If you put in 100, you get 100 back to play with. So awesome deal. Like I said, these promotionals. We got NBA, NFL. You can mix and match the two. So an awesome day. Like I said, enjoy it on Christmas Day. Let's hit this slate pretty hard here. I know we've been prepping for it, especially if you're subscribed to the Patreon. We've been doing some 2-leg power stuff like that just to get the bankroll up for this Christmas Day slate. So we're gonna scroll through a couple different guys, man. Like I said, 5 games, very exciting. And anyone here on points, Reaz, that you really like?
Yeah, right here. Trey Young is still out. His line's sitting at 7.5. We saw against Philly, his line was at 9.5. He only got 5, but just a tough matchup in Philly. He had Maxi on him. Maxi's a tremendous defensive player, but a lot of guys out. Just as Derrick Rose is out, not sure the news on R.J. Barrett. Um, he still has a chance to play, but we thought he was going to play um, Thursday, but he was ruled out. But 7.5 for someone who's going to play upwards to 30 minutes just seems like how can he not get there? And especially against this New York team, they give up so many points, and especially to guards. I mean, Kemba Walker's not the best defensive player, and Fournier and Burks don't really scare me. And 7.5 just seems too low. We saw when he was on Dallas, he was scoring upwards to 20 points. So definitely a good little play there.
Yeah, he's not looking bad to me. Not one of my go-to guys here on this slate. I like the guy next to him at Kemba Walker, really. I mean, he's been lighting it up, and just in terms of shots, I mean, I know I've been on Fournier quite a bit. I know I've been been on some of the Knicks guys in terms of since the rotation's been slim. But Kemba Walker's been sticking out to me, especially if Barrett does miss. If Barrett plays, I'm not really going to be on Kemba too much. But if Barrett does sit, and I do think he is going to sit this one out, Kemba Walker's one of my go-to guys. He's putting up 20 plus shots a game, looks really good. Cam Reddish is a guy I've been on too. He got hurt and is dealing with some ankle injury. He didn't get us there. Was 2 points shy of hitting the over last game as well. So scrolling down the list into these 2:30 games Eastern time, and then into this Suns Warriors game. Anyone here interest you?
Yeah, a couple people. I don't mind going back to DeAndre Ayton at 15.5. It seems like every time they played 2 times in a span of a week, and we saw DeAndre just absolutely go off. But Devin Booker got hurt the first game and was out the second game, so it does kind of take away some of his usage with Booker being back. And then the guy that I'm kind of looking at, I just wanted to highlight was Finney Smith. No Luca. No, Porzingis is questionable, and no Hardaway. So at 11.5, we've seen him get there 4 out of the last 5. Definitely a play you could be looking at.
Yeah, he's a guy that hits some shots from deep as well. I mean, if you hear some running around above me or anyone barking, my bad. It's just the dogs, and the dogs running around going crazy. So my bad for that. But things going on here. But regardless, yeah, Finney Smith looks pretty good, I think, in my opinion, too. A guy that can definitely go out there and hit 3-4 threes in this game. And I do like the pick for for DeAndre Ayton. Played really well last two times they played Golden State. I mean, Curry's a guy that's always viable. You can go to him, but it looks like he's struggled in the past Christmas games. He's averaging like almost 13 points on Christmas, which isn't good. So I don't know if you want to play that role, but Curry's a guy that I'll never take an under on. Just a guy that can just put it on even in a half. So between James Harden, Russell Westbrook, I know LeBron's going to be at half a point tomorrow, so I'm not going to really talk about his 28 and a half. No Durant, so James Harden at 28 and a half. The last five don't look good at all, and I know even times when Durant has missed, people have been on Harden and just hasn't shown up yet this season. Does he have any interest for you?
No, not really. Even like you said, even when Durant was out, we just see with this new foul rule, James Harden has not been putting up the 30-point games that we're accustomed to, and until he shows us that he can do it on a regular basis, I just want no part of James Harden's points.
That's exactly how I feel, man. And like it's specifically looking at that Houston game where everyone was talking about him, going for, 40. I think he needed 40 points to like get, 40 plus points against every team in the league. He needed to do it against Houston and didn't get there. Just a lot of weird narrative that people played that night against Harden. I was on it too as well. Don't get me wrong, and didn't get us there. So 28 really scares me. It feels high. It is Christmas. It is the Lakers who've been struggling on defense. Whatever, but I'm not gonna go there. And then in rebounds, man. A couple guys look pretty decent. I really want to see where Giannis, is when he comes back. He's a guy that can just give you just 20 any given night, realistically. Gobert, he's at 15 and a half. Another guy that can give you 20. Who do you think here?
Um, for some reason, I'm having a real tough time. I'm almost thinking about taking the Gobert 15 and a half. He's been on a crazy run of rebounds, 4 out of the last 5, but 15 and a half just seems like a lot. But with this Dallas team, there's really not that many people that Kleber down low, Powell. They just don't really cause that much of a threat to Rudy Gobert, so that 15 and a half definitely seems reachable. I mean, we saw him get that against Towns. Against Charlotte, he had 21, and then I shouldn't say, of course, against the Wizards, but our stance. We love targeting big men against Washington, but 19 there, so 4 out of the last 5. It's definitely something to take a look at.
Yeah, I was highlighting a few guys. Like Devin Booker looks pretty good. I mean, he's hit, the last 3 games. He's averaging 5 in his last 5. That's a guy I can see someone going to. Draymond Green looks really good to me. Usually likes to step up in big games like this. And he's a guy that needs to put a body on DeAndre Ayton. He can play very physical down low. I know he's obviously a shorter guy, but tremendous rebounder at 7.5. Like I said, his last 3, don't look tremendous. He had that one game against Sacramento. He had 11, and then 11 against the Knicks as well. But he can put a body on someone like DeAndre Ayton. I know Ayton still is viable to go out there and get 15, but realistically, Draymond is a guy that can just eat up the glass. And the Warriors are a really good rebounding team so far this season, but everyone kind of eats, and they're missing Poole. They're missing a lot of people. They're missing Wiggins. So Draymond looks pretty good to me here in rebounds.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he's that guy that doesn't go out there and score. He does the intangibles with rebounding and assists. So definitely a great line for him.
And then if there's anyone else here in rebounds, we can go to him. If not, we can jump to assists.
Yeah, we'll jump it over to assists.
And then, in the assist category, Chris Paul here is a guy, we've been just kind of talking about, day in, day out, and it just hasn't shown up lately. And in this game, I don't really see, much difference of him, why he can, kind of smash this line. It seems more like a push line to me, realistically. If it was at 8.5, I'd feel a little bit better taking it, but no interest there. And going lower to someone like Brunson, who's been getting a ton of usage. He's probably my favorite play here in assists. 5.5 here, and just his last 5 just absolutely smashing.
Yeah, I mean, Brunson's in an unbelievable spot with Luka still being out, and we saw his line creep up to 7, 6.5, and you're getting a really nice discount here at 5.5. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's hit 5 out of the last 5, and some of them haven't even been close with 11, 9, and 8. So definitely a good play there. And even the guy next to him, Donovan Mitchell, we saw his last 2 games. He's gotten there 3 out of the last 5, and against Washington he was 0.5 off. So definitely someone who's been kind of picking up a lot of assists here. We saw Conley with the assist majority of the season. But Donovan Mitchell is not afraid to run the point, and he does a damn good job when he does it.
Yeah, no, for real. He really does good, and they excel really well when Mitchell is dishing out. Someone like LeBron hasn't hit in his last five in the assist category. Looks real ugly, all red across the board. Not someone I want to take it under on. I know if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, LeBron hasn't hit in his last five, I wouldn't trust it going under here. He's just a guy that can really go out any given night and give you that line what you're looking for. And then some of the Knicks guys. I mean, DeLon Wright, realistically, I mean, he had a good one out last time against Philly, even though he couldn't score the ball. But Reoz is on him for the points. I mean, assists look decent. But anyone else here?
No, definitely that LeBron line. I mean, like you said, he hasn't hit, but it seems like LeBron goes out on Christmas Day and just shows out every single time. So, um, do LeBron is on Christmas is always just an unbelievable play, but we won't be able to pair it up with that half a point for LeBron that I will be hammering. So definitely stay tuned for that line.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, LeBron with the half a point, and is Riaz just talked about it. You can't do two players in the same, the same play. So if you're gonna run a flex play, you can't have LeBron assists, LeBron points in the same one. So everyone's gonna be on LeBron points for sure. But like I said, I wouldn't go to LeBron under at all. And then in the three pointers, man, I mean, if Reddish plays, he looks really good to me. I mean, I know against Philly, he didn't hit one. But realistically, in that Orlando game, he showed a lot. He was shooting 6 for 11 from deep, and I really like his game. And I said in the Patreon, I think that they're trying to get his trade value up. I really do think he's going to be a guy that's going to get dished before the deadline. And it's kind of weird. I just seen rumors popping up about him, and I just feel like they haven't given him his full potential. But if they are trying to get his trade value up, they might let him chuck in this situation.
Yeah, and even the guy right next to him, John Collins. I mean, with no Capella, no Trey Young, these two guys just have the green light to do whatever they want. And against this Knicks team, I think for sure the first game of this NBA slate is gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a really great game, and at 1.5 and 2, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them.
Unfortunately, we don't have Trey Young, which sucks. I mean, that would have been an awesome first game to watch. And I'm looking at James Harden down here. Like I said, the last five look really ugly. Not an under. I'm going to be taking either. I'm just hypothetically assuming you guys are kind of browsing the slate. And if you're clicking on some of these guys that have all red, I wouldn't trust the Harden under, especially with Durant being out. This is an opportunity for him to really shine against the Lakers.
Without a doubt. I mean, uh, we got to see James Harden get going at some point this season. It could be today on Christmas or tomorrow on Christmas, whenever this video gets up. But James Harden is too great of a player to not do what he was doing last season and even the seasons before then.
Anyone here interest you in threes or in fantasy score? We can browse between the two categories.
Yeah, in fantasy score, Mike Conley, he's hit four out of the last five. Uh, just playing pretty well in general, just kind of doing what he needs to do. There's been a lot of blowouts in these last couple of games. And Utah plays relatively slow, and so does Dallas. I think with Luka being out, and if Porzingis doesn't play, I think this could potentially be a blowout. But if Porzingis does play, I think this game stays pretty close, and 26 and a half just seems pretty low for me for someone who could go out there and get 12 points and pair it up with three rebounds and just a handful of assists. So I don't mind that line for him.
Not only that, the steals would look really good if you can add on a couple of steals there. With definitely with them being worth 4 points here on Prize Picks, that definitely gives you you know, a lot of points just out of that category. So that definitely looks really good. Patty Mills is a guy really score dependent, but we've seen when Durant misses, this dude really does have, like, whether it's Durant or Harden, if one of them misses, he really does get a huge green light, and he can really go out there and give you simply just like 20, 25 points just on the scoring category. So not going to do much else for you anywhere else, but he could add 3 steals, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and give you 20 something points. I mean, he's going to get you there pretty easy if we see that type of usage.
Without a doubt. And like you said, with all those people out, for the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, Patty Mills has been stepping in and playing tremendous basketball. Like when he was on my Spurs, I mean, he's a volume guy. He goes out there when he gets those 30 minutes, and he'll take upwards to double digit shot attempts from three. So 29 is definitely not a bad line.
No, not at all. I mean, is there anyone else here, or do you want to wrap this thing up?
No, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we already said in the beginning, but have a good Christmas with with whatever's going on. I mean, stay safe, everyone. I think we got a lot of good NBA games. NFL will be posted right after this, so if you haven't watched either or yet, regardless of whatever one you watch first, they should both be up by the time you're watching. And like I said, you can mix and match them. Some really good NFL games over there. I'm excited for both. And Reoz talked about the Patreon. You can sign up for that. The link is in the description. And have a good one, man. Let's smash this NBA slate.